Hey, thanks for joining us. We have a special guest today, Gabriel Venzant, right? Thank you for joining us. And you're going to tell us all about the things that nobody wants to know about, but is needed.
That's right.
And you go, what could he possibly do? So tell us the good stuff and not so good stuff about your business.
Yes, sir. We're going to talk about the dirty business, I guess, what everybody wants to hear, right?
Yes.
So we're in the portable restroom industry, the portable sanitation industry, as I like to say. We service customers in the construction industry for portable restrooms. As an OSHA regulation, you need to have a portable restroom on site for construction sites. So that's where we come in handy. We service these units daily, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the customer needs.
So in South Miami, for instance, there are probably about 6 big projects, big cranes. There could be 20, 30, 40 guys on right there.
That's right.
And
Or more.
and so you provide these, for the term, porta potties that are out there. And the other thing that people want to know, are there women out on the site?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And we have
You
units
have a
that
girls'
cater
boy
to
ones?
them. Yeah, absolutely. We do.
You better, or else you're in trouble.
That's right. If not, you get those nasty comments. You guys never think about us, and that's not the truth. So,
So, and tell us how you got into this field.
okay. So I was in the logistics industry before. So trucking was, my thing, having trucks on the road. When I looked at portable sanitation, the reason I started looking into it, I have a lot of friends that are contractors and are in the construction field. And one main complaint about every construction site was the porta potties. A lot of my buddies are project managers, and they'd say, man, I hate how these guys always complain about the units being dirty and all of that. And, it kind of plugged into my mind, I should change that. The standards for porta potties shouldn't be such a bad thing. It should be something different. Let's set a new standard for that. And that's where my idea, came along for this business.
So one of the things that we recognize in buying people's products or services, we want it to be painless.
Right.
And I think one of the great examples is you go around Home Depot and you're having a good time and you're filling up that shopping cart and you go to pay. And there's this long line in front of you. How is it that we're ready to go? We have to wait, to get out of the store.
That's right.
And so what are some of the pain points that your people that rent your porta potties from, what is it that they want to provide for the staff that's there?
A comfortable place to do your necessities. Let's face it. If we're on a job site, or if you're on a job site for 8 to 10 hours in a day, you need a place to, go number one and number two. It's a natural thing. So we provide a place for your crew members, your event members, your guests, whatever it is, a comfortable place for them to do their necessities. Something clean, something easy to use that they're not going to have to think about twice.
It's interesting. As much as we don't want to think about it, when it's there, we go, thank goodness I got a place to go.
That's
And
right.
as I mentioned, I used to run a lot, and you better have those.
That's right.
Right? It was always a lot of fun. One of the things we used to do when one of our friends would go in, we go pound on that door
That's right. Hey, is anybody in there? I got to go.
like that.
That's how it works.
So tell us your service area.
Yeah, so we cover all of the Florida Keys, anywhere from Ocean Reef all the way to Key West, and we've expanded as well to Miami-Dade County up to the Fort Lauderdale area. So we have a pretty large service area, and we currently have about 500 units on rental.
Besides at customer sites, you have a place where you store them in between.
Multiple places, yes, sir. We have what I like to call satellite yards. So we have a few in the Keys and a few in Miami-Dade where we store units and we have products and things like that. So that cuts our response time down by a lot.
When you have multiple places where they're cleaned, or is it one place?
So we clean the units on site, which is, I'm glad you asked that question. A lot of people think every week we go and we drop a new unit and we take the dirty one, and that's not how it works. We service them on site. So if the units are not on site, meaning they're not rented, they're in one of our yards being stored. So before they make it back to the yard, they're already clean and ready for storage until it's, next rental period.
When you say on site, you mean at somebody's yard?
Yeah, or in somebody's yard, in somebody's construction site. It could be in the, at an event, but we service them wherever they're delivered.
Ladies, turn it off for a second. How do you do that on site?
So we have vacuum trucks. Our vacuum trucks, we use the latest equipment for them. So they come with hoses, of course. We use these hoses with these nozzles or wands, if you would say. And we go in there and, sorry for the word, but we vacuum or suck up these, waste, these human waste that gets into our truck, and we haul that throughout the day until the end of the day that we dispose of it.
And I know most people don't want to hear it. So what do you do with the truck, with the stuff that's in the truck?
You'd be
And
surprised.
how many gallons goes into that thing?
Good questions. Good questions. So it's each truck is a different capacity, more or less. We like to run the 1,500 gallon capacity, and these are split tanks. So it's about 1,100 waste and 400 water. The water is what we use. Fresh water is what we use to clean our units and refill them, and obviously the waste is what we pull out of the
Did you say
units.
1,500 gallons
In total,
in
yes.
total?
Yeah.
So if we have those, a garbage can, the one outside that the county picks up with the
Right.
city, how many gallons is that guy?
That's about a 75 gallon tank around there.
So how many is that? It's 20 of those would be, right? 20.
More or less. Yeah, more or less.
So line them up, baby, right? And it gets sucked up and it goes in. And then again, where do you take them?
So there's in Miami-Dade County, there's specific waste treatment facilities that accept this kind of waste. So we go to these waste treatment facilities and empty our trucks into their facility, and they charge us for that. That's something that we pay for. We are a licensed waste hauler.
Mhm.
So
And so so often when I look at some of these trucks, I go, how old are those trucks? All right. So tell us if you don't mind, if someone's going to go out and buy a brand new truck that they're going to suck up the juice and they're going to take it to the facility and
Yeah.
drain it. How much are those trucks on?
you're looking at north of $185,000 for a brand new one.
$200,000.
More or less, yeah. After taxes, about $200,000. Yes, more or less.
That's a punch.
It is, and especially when you need multiple at a time. We're currently running 5 trucks, so it can get up there. Yeah.
I went to public high school. I got that one figured out.
It's big numbers.
So, do you have different types of porta potties?
Yes, we do. So we have all types. We have handicap accessible porta potties. That's for special events for wheelchairs and things like that. We have what I like to call our deluxe units, which not a lot of people carry them, or other companies carry them. This is a standard porta potty, so it's still plastic. They're flushable using a foot pump lever. And they also have a built-in hand wash station inside. So it's a full-service porta potty without AC. So it's a
And so
great solution.
you have containers of water that are connected.
That's correct. These porta potties have a fresh water and a waste tank. So there's 2 separate tanks.
How do you know how much water to put in there?
There's gauges, and our guys are very, very, experienced when it comes to this. We know how much to fill them for the amount of people and all of that.
Oh, so you ask them, that's part of how many people you're expecting.
Absolutely. The best part about us too, that, not a lot of other companies offer, you can call into our office and tell us, hey, I'm thinking about throwing an event. It's going to be 60 people. There's going to be 50% women, let's say, and we are going to serve alcohol. It's going to be for about 10 hours. And we can put it into our own developed calculator that'll kind of tell us how many units we would recommend for that.
Just like working up on an envelope. Hey,
We used to.
I think we need about 5 of these, maybe 10, but
We used to, until we developed that calculator, which helps out big time.
so instantly you say, this is how many you're going to need.
That's right. That's right.
Wonderful.
And we recommend to the customer, everybody has your budgets. We let them know what we would recommend to make sure their event flows smoothly, and it's ultimately up to them. But
Do you have, other than that business, is there another model of something that you're going to get into?
so besides the portable sanitation part of the industry, we also service grease traps and septic tanks. In the Florida Keys, septic tanks isn't really a common thing, more in the Miami-Dade County area, but we do offer septic tank service, residential or commercial, as well as a grease trap service.
So what is the service for septic tanks?
So for septic tanks, when you're on a commercial or residential property, depending on the use, you should be servicing your septic tank on site maybe every 1 to 2 years. So that's where we come in. We're the guys that come up, dig up your septic tank lid. We'll open that up and service.
And run
pump
all
out
over my new graphs.
That's correct. That's correct. We try not to. We have very long hoses not to, but as long as you're clear with us about it, we won't.
Thanks for reminding me again. So most people service their septic tanks at all? Do anything to them?
They don't do anything to them, and most people kind of ignore the fact that they have to service them every 1 to 2 years. And it's what I tell people. Yeah, you're saving money. You're not paying me to go service it. But if there's a plumbing issue, you're just going to pay triple in repairs because you let it get over full and you have backups or, things like that. So it's a bad road. Like what I tell people, it's better to just get it serviced every 1 to 2 years and go from there.
So often some people say, I can't park my cars over there because my drain field
Right.
is there. Is that common?
Yes, it is common. And it's something to really look out for, especially with us. We like that, like when you said, damaging my grass. We love it when the owners are open with us and they tell us, hey, my drain field's here, or, I have new grass here, because it can cause damages. It is common.
When I was a kid, I was getting my parents a big truck to go in the backyard. I thought it was a septic tank, but it wasn't. And in the backyard to dump white sand.
Okay.
You know where the back wheels went?
Oh, right down. Yep, that's right.
Right in that septic tank.
That's right. That's right. That's still very common. So we like it when owners are, they're open with us about that.
And so you said, I know there are about 100,000 septic tanks here in Miami-Dade County, and they're trying to do away with them.
Right.
But it's, I don't know, decades away by the time that sort of happens. Do you think a lot of people actually know where their septic tanks are?
No, sir. I can I can confirm that they don't. We get a lot of calls of, hey, I need to service my tank. And I say, hey, ma'am, can you give me, or sir, ma'am, can you give me the location of the tank so I can let the driver know when he gets there? And I don't know. I thought you guys figured.
So what is that process like? You go and say, okay, here's the bathroom, here's the kitchen, here's the whatever, and you go, okay, where could it be?
No, it's since we're so used to seeing them frequently, we kind of know where to look for them. They're always going to be kind of far away from the home, so we kind of always know where to look. Now, worst case, if it's a very complicated or custom home, we have to look at the plans, at the building plans. That's the only way to really know.
So if they're put in legally,
Mhm.
is there a maximum distance they can be away from the house?
That would be a question for like a general contractor. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I would say so. I would think it would make sense for them to be a certain, I've never come across, a septic tank lid that's right next to the home, for example.
But you're not looking 50 feet in the backyard somewhere for it.
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, more or less in that range. It's usually far. So.
Yeah. I keep thinking about it. So there's some new regulations concerning major repairs and new septic tanks. It's an improved system. So tell us about this new system if somebody needs a new septic tank.
So that would be questions more for like a plumbing company for
Yep.
construction and things like that. I'm not really too familiar with the regulations with the installation. Our portion of what we do in my business is we service these tanks. So the ones that are still available, the ones that are still installed in properties, these are the ones that we'll service. But we don't do installation, like new
So
installation.
most septic tanks, are those concrete or fiberglass?
No, they're plastic. The actual tanks should be plastic. Right.
They do. Are there concrete ones anymore? Or no.
Yeah, there's some. The older ones, like on the more, I would say more antique style homes and things like that.
You hear what he's calling me? And they have the plastic ones still have the lifespan, pretty good lifespan.
Yeah, absolutely. They're great. Yeah.
And so if somebody's driving over an area where your septic tank is, you may have another problem.
Well, not really. You're never going to drive over the septic tank, and since it's so far under the ground, there's usually dirt or something over it. It's never going to be like, for example, the vehicle onto directly to the septic tank. So.
And so, if you could, since you're sort of an expert in this, explain what a drain field is and what it's supposed to do.
Again, something to be more, I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly. That's
He's very
more of a question
he's very
for
careful, folks.
Yes, that's for sure.
So it moves the fluid from inside the house to outside. It's a filtering system that works almost all the time. And we've been doing that for down here forever.
Right.
Frequently the county comes and say, you got to hook up down the street, and that's going to cost you a bunch of money.
That's right.
A lot. And we know in Northeast Miami area, there are a lot of septic tanks that are problematic.
Yeah.
Because they're not deep enough or they're too, whatever it is, and the county's trying to deal with that. But it takes a lot of money to do that.
That's right.
So tell us about your family.
Well, I have some very exciting news. I'm actually expecting my first baby boy in January. That's right.
That's right over there?
Yes, that's right over there. So we're very happy about that. We're local. We've been in the Keys for, basically all our lives. We have family in Miami-Dade as well. So I've always been a South Florida guy. And it's a pleasure to be able to help, by my locals and my state. I love it.
And how do people find you?
Well, you can check us out on Google. We have social media. We're on every platform except Twitter. So we're on, or X, I believe it's called. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can check us out there. We try our best, or I try my best to put out videos. We do have some videos explaining what we do and, of our units and things like that. But in these next couple of months, one of my biggest goals is to really get into making some more content. I want people's questions to be answered about the portable sanitation industry. I want them to see what we do and that porta potties aren't nasty. If they're taken care of the correct way, they aren't nasty. That's something that's definitely livable.
When the big hurricanes were here and the Florida Power and Light trucks would come in afterwards, we're all praising them.
Yep.
So we praise you when you drop them off and pick them up.
That's right. I'll actually tell you a story. If you're familiar with the Florida Keys, they had some wildfires recently right where the stretch is and on the Cardstown Road.
Yes.
And the roads were closed down for hours at a time. We had hundreds of, I don't want to say thousands, but hundreds of cars stuck in traffic. And what we did for our community is we, went ahead and dropped a bunch of porta potties on the
Good
highway.
for you.
So, people could use the bathroom. You understand how frustrating it can be to, leave home and have to be stuck in traffic. There's no bathrooms and you got to wait. There's nothing to do. So, we like to help out.
How'd you go through that process? Did you just go, hey, we could do that?
Exactly right. Exactly right. I honestly, this might not be the right way to go across it, but I didn't ask. I did it. I thought, I'm doing it in good intentions. I want to help the community. I don't think anybody's going to have an issue with it. And there was first responders using them as well. So, it wasn't an issue.
There's an old saying, I'm not suggesting people do this. It's easier to get forgiveness than permission.
That's right.
That's
Depends on which case, but yeah.
So tell me about not-for-profits or charities that you're involved with.
Great. We do a lot of work with the Wesley House Family Services. We're actually doing an event for them on this Friday. It's called the Big Splash event. They do a lot of events for the kids in the Florida Keys, so we like to sponsor a lot for them as well.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, how many siblings did you have?
2 sisters. I'm the oldest, and I am the only boy. So I grew up with 2 sisters.
You're the eldest out of the family.
Yep.
Thank goodness. Because you would have been on the other end, it would have been something entirely different. So you want to share with us how you met your wife?
Yeah, absolutely. My wife and I met in the Florida Keys. We met through some common friends, and it's we've been together for about 3 years now.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, in a couple of months, you're gonna have a new first time baby.
I'm very excited. My baby boy's on the way, so we're
That's
very
wonderful.
very excited.
It's it starts to make sense.
Yeah.
A lot more sense.
A lot of people ask me, "Are you nervous?" And it's surprising, but I don't want to say I'm nervous. I'm more excited. I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a great experience.
That's wonderful.
So,
Gabriel, thank you for joining us.
absolutely.
And again,
Thank you for having me.
congratulations. That's wonderful. And let's look right over this camera.
Yeah.
Folks, if you need to reach them, tell us your name and how they can find you again.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Gabriel Venzant. You can reach us at www.akpfl.com or 24 hours at 305-664-2226.
He's done this before, we can tell. And folks, let's clear the camera right here. Folks, my brother Grant and I subscribe to the Disney rule, which is when you hug someone, don't stop until they do. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye now.